right, Basement Tapes 101. We are back. John Keating, that 70s card show. I'm here to learn, not to earn. That's what the hobby means to me. 1961, baseball. But 1961, Fleer baseball. Fleer's back. Third year in a row with baseball, second year in a row with a larger multiplayer set. This is like the 1960 Fleer set, all about the legends. And give me a second here while I share my screen, folks. Legends, uh, modern day players not invited to join this set due to most likely contractual issues. Thank you, Cy Berger. And unlike 1960, where we had one contemporary player, Ted Williams, this has none of the above. 154 total cards, $12.36 average value, $1,904 total value. I tell you this just to give you a scope of kind of what cards or sort of worth, but not really. It just gives a little bit of a reference. It's not a menu, it's a guide, as I always say. I own 13 of these, and for many, many years, decades, some people would say I own one. And I remember the one I've owned forever has been Dolph Luque, card number 56. I've had that in my collection most likely since the early 80s, but there's more cards to learn and gather and all that stuff. A set of these supposedly will run you between $500 and $1,200. Beckett OPG tells us the cards in this 154 card set measure 2.5 by 3.5 inches. In 1961, Fleer continued its baseball greats format by issuing this series of cards. The set was released in two distinct series, 1 through 88 and 89 through 154, of which the latter is more difficult to obtain. The players within each series are conveniently numbered in alphabetical order. The catalog number for this set is F418-3. In each first series pack, Fleer inserted a Major League team decal and a pennant sticker honoring past World Series winners. The cards were issued in nickel packs, which were issued 24 to a box. So F4118, it tells us that's a food issue. And it also tells us here that we had decals and pennant stickers, but we'll get into that in a bit. I consider those separate sets. And yeah, we'll talk about that. 154 cards. Let's look at the top tree according to Beckett OPG. And thank you for working swimmingly fast this morning, Beckett. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and Ted Williams are your top three cards, followed by Hannes Wagner in the fourth place. There's multiplayer cards in here, which is interesting, but perhaps we'll get to that in a bit. Going over to TCDB, again, distributed as a first series 1 through 88, and the second series is 89 through 154. 154 cards, F418-3. Again, teams, a lot of teams here, folks. So grab a donut and enjoy this. It's the Baltimore Orioles, the Boston Bean Eaters, the Boston Braves, the Boston Red Sox, the Brooklyn Dodgers, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, Chicago White Stockings, Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Naps, Detroit Tigers, Kansas City Athletics, Los Angeles Angels, Los Angeles Dodgers, Milwaukee Braves, Minnesota Twins, New York Giants, New York Highlanders, New York Yankees, Philadelphia Athletics, Philadelphia Phillies, Pittsburgh Pirates, San Francisco Giants, the San Luis Browns, the San Luis Cardinals, and the Washington Senators. So that's a lot of teams. Some new teams in my collection perhaps show up. I guess the Highlanders and the Bean Eaters were previously not mentioned in these episodes, but so what? Hall of Famers, lots of them, 99 to be exact. And of course, we have multiplayer cards, like I said, too, which doesn't help that count, keeps the body count up pretty darn high. So one guy I see here that I hadn't seen before pop up is Iron Man McGinty. McGinty is in this set, and some others perhaps we haven't seen before as well, such as Ross Young's. Let's see here. Trying to look through here to see if there's any names that haven't been that obvious to some of us Hall of Famer newbies, as we say. Let's see here. Jesse Haynes, don't see that name pop up that often. Perhaps someone can shed light on Jesse Haynes. Billy Evans, he's an umpire. Let's see here. And there's a couple people in there that are Hall of Famers that probably shouldn't be. Again, inserted related sets. We had team logos and pennant decals. We'll get to that later on down the road. Packaging. Nice little wax box there submitted by Bus Cooter on January 29th, 2020. Free decal and sticker 2 in each pack. Baseball Greats by Fleer. There is a ruckus at the plate on the 5-cent wax box. There is a pack of cards submitted by Ballfan in 2014. It says Baseball Greats, 5 cents, Fleer bubblegum, free decal, and sticker 2. Let's read some of the fine print here, if we can. Again, gum base, sugar, corn syrup, artificial flavor, and color. Contents: 1 slab bubblegum plus picture cards. Fleer, Frank H. Fleer Corp. Manufacturer, Philip Ha. Made and printed in USA. Baseball Greats, 5 cents. Fleer bubblegum, free decal and sticker 2. We said that already. Large hardcover card album. This large 11-inch by 12-inch card album will hold your entire set of Baseball Greats. Attractive blue hardcover has Baseball Greats series title and your stamped end year stamped in gold. Makes your set a real collector's item. Send 15 Fleer Baseball Greats wrappers and $1 for each album. Include your name and address. Send to Fleer Baseball Album, Box 316, Planetarium Station, 131 West 83rd Street, New York, 17, New York. So you can get yourself an album embossed blue with gold embossing on it, and away you go. Your cards are protected forever. Also has a giveaway for 2 large baseball pennants. Get 2 large 12 by 30-inch pennants for only 50 cents. Just ask for your 2 favorite teams and receive these colorful pennants. Send 10 Fleer Baseball Great wrappers and 50 cents for each 2 pennants. Give your choice of 2 teams and include your name and address. Send to Fleer Large Baseball Pennants, Box 6363, Chicago 77, Ill. Allow 3 weeks for delivery. Offer expires October 31st, 1961. Not valid where restricted or outside the USA. So a bunch of nickel packs there listed. Pretty fun stuff on TCDB. Let's go to the gallery. These cards are very interesting. They are unique in their design, and they always have been. They stand out. They definitely stand out. On the front, we have 4. On the bottom, we have 4 red stripes. A pennant displaying our hero, their name, and then there's 5 stars down each of the borders on the right and left side, with the player prominently featured in a beautiful portrait type thing. I have a hard time looking at these and finding, telling whether they're actual portraits or whether they're painted pictures, but these are obviously some sort of combination or embellished regular photos, because most of these players would have been photographed. When I say most, all would have been photographed in black and white. So a little embellishment there with the paintbrush, but that's okay. So back of the card, we have the typical off-white, cream, whatever you want to call it, Fleer cardboard. A nice red border 2/3 of the way up the card. There's a big chalice that has the card number in it, followed by some biographical and statistical information. Let's see if we can go to, Nick Altrock or Altrock. I guess he invented Altrock, Altrock. So we have him to thank for Creed and Nickelback and 7 Mary Chain, something, 7 Chain Mary. Anyway, number 3, Nick Altrock, Chicago White Sox. Card number 3, Baseball Greats. Nicholas Altrock, September 15th, 1876, lives in Sarasota, Florida. So this chap was still going strong in 1961 in Sarasota, Florida. It says Altrock has been one of the most colorful figures in baseball, not only as a player, but as coach and clown as well. He also was a great teacher and still delights in showing young pitchers how to trick batters. He was a great fielding pitcher and he had some fine years, winning 24 games for the White Sox in 1905. He was part of the alt-rock and shocked coaching clowning team of Washington for over 20 years. 19 years in the majors, 221 games, 1,498 innings pitched. He won 84, lost 77. That's a 522 winning percentage. Struck out 425 and BB'd 277 batters. That jerk Cap Anson is card number 4. Eric Averill, Home Run Baker, Dave Bancroft, Chief Bender, Jim Bottomley, Roger Bresnahan. They're all in this. Again, we go alphabetical order as well as numerical order. So thank you, Fleer, for being the voice of reason there. Fleer from Philadelphia, PA. That's where all the great ideas came from. Chuck Klein is wearing a Chicago Cubs uniform for some unknown reason. Johnny Kling is in there. Judge Landis is in there. Tony Lazzeri, again, wearing a Cubs uniform. What is wrong with the world? Not quite sure what Fleer was thinking then. We just gave them kudos for having such great ideas, but they really, 2 years in a row, they put players kind of in the wrong uniform that they were known to wear. So anyway, this is a beautiful, colorful set and beautiful backgrounds on the players and lots of background information on players that maybe we don't know a lot about. And certainly on my radar to continue to collect more of these. I waited 30 plus years to grow my collection from 1, and now I'm up to 13, but I will keep on going and go strong, go hard, and get more of these bad boys. So fun set. This would be kind of the last year that Fleer did its big all-time greats, I believe, or at least it's the last year in my collection. Fleer has some more stuff up their sleeves in the coming years and should make it very interesting for the big player in the hobby moving forwards. That's it. Basement Tapes 101, 1961 Fleer. Baseball greats F418 dash Toa, as they say up there in Canada.